What's going on, guys? Aco here, and it's time for another match review. This time we're looking at Shanks versus Zane, continuing on our path through the top 8 world finals. These are two very well-known players, so let's not waste any time and jump right on into it. So the really interesting thing about these two teams is, as you see on the left, Shanks has a very mix-up heavy team. His entire team on the left is designed to, if he gets on your block, he is going to try and mix you. Or if he gets a hit, he is going to try to big-time mix you. Whereas Zane's team, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. It is set up to where he can just run away from you and you are forced to chase him. But the options all three of these characters have make it difficult for you to actually chase them down properly. So this will be interesting to see how both players utilize these two very opposite play styles. Let's take a look. Okay, so very fast round start. Shanks is the first one to have to block something, and Zane does get the first hit. Ooh, they are playing fast. Wow. Okay, so that's a very fast opening. So they both start out by poking with their assists, of course. High level neutral play, you always poke with your assists first. Beer's A takes up a lot of space. It's very, very hard to get away from. So Zane's assist call ends up making Shanks block something first. So he takes advantage of that. He does get the hit, but he wasn't exactly ready for it. So he doesn't get the pickup. And it ends up becoming sort of a scramble. He ends up doing the spin just to kind of like, you know, put an end to the scramble, but that ends up getting him whiff punished. What are we doing with this? Okay, just taking the knockdown. Oh, man, that was... Man, okay, so... Man, that was one hell of a bait. Usually when somebody baits a reversal, they will either be walking back or holding down back just in case the person mashes. But Shanks is literally standing tall. He's not hitting any direction. That means he was basically confident that a reflect was coming out. His hand is off the controller. This is crazy. Oh man, that's really crazy. He definitely could have 2M'd there, but I feel like he went with the Dragon Rush because he was confident a reflect was coming and he did not want to get his button reflected and get hit, so he opted to Dragon Rush instead, which would, you know, guarantee punish a reflect. And now Zane has to hold this mix. What's he gonna do? You gonna pop the spark? Yeah. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. Let's take another look at that. That was crazy. So this is a big mix situation here. Zane decides to pop his spark, which is a good idea, but Shanks scopes this out and baits it with the backdash into rocket kick. His bait is a little too late, so Zane is able to empty vanish, but Shanks covered himself with his cell assist call. So it ends up auto-correcting and trading with lab code. Pretty crazy stuff. So he still gets the pickup in the end. So that little moment of hesitation there, did you see that? So he gets the knockdown, does a super jump to land near the lab coat, but he dashes forward and then backs off just in case Zane would have woke up with the spin, because as you see, Zane has 2 assists already, so wake up spin would have been very dangerous to block here, so he opted to back up just to make sure that he, you know, is not around for that. Ooh, but he can't escape the spin. It still gets him anyway. He was careful for a while, but it still got him. Ooh, Beer's Oki there. Oh, wow. I mean, how are you supposed to block that? So, Shanks sparks to get out of Zane's pressure here, makes him block the rocket kick and calls his assist, and then empty vanishes since he's in spark, and that turns this into a 50-50, and he ends up going low and getting the hit. Ouch. And because he's in Spark, even though he spent Janemba to get that mix-up attempt, he's getting Janemba back because he's in Spark. That's the power of level 1 Spark, is that you can freely call your assists, get a ton of pressure, and your assist will still come back whether you do get the hit or whatever. That's why level 1 Spark is so insanely powerful. Not to mention, wow. Like, can we take a look at that again? Wow. Very smart stuff too. Like, can we talk about how smart this is, that he made sure to get maximum height here, and he wanted maximum height so that he could active tag into Cell, get the height even higher, and then spin all the way down to gain all this meter. Very smart stuff. Very smart stuff. And his assists are still coming back, even though he's used all of his assists, still coming back because of level 1 Spark. And he's got a mix here. This is a big mix. Ooh. Oh, so right there, I feel like the reason, so right there he basically did a safe jump, because Beers has an omnidirectional DP. His DP hits on both sides. So Shanks might have been afraid of Wake Up DP beating the EX spin. Wow, that was very ambiguous. That was very ambiguous. The fact that, so Zane made a good call here. He jumps forward and calls his assist and attempts to block. His assist gets smoked by the Janemba, and then Shanks does a walk under, walk back, and that creates like an ambiguous situation where he basically gets an empty low because it made Zane switch his guard. Ouch. That was very, very cheap. Beers goes down, first character down. Here comes Zamasu. Zamasu, a great, this is a great point for Zamasu to come in, because he's very, very good at slowing the match down and making up for lost time and making up for lost health. Let's see what Zane can do here. Wow, that was, man, that was, he just went directly in for the spin. He went for the rolling crush into assist call, and man, it found its mark. Oh, we got some critical drops here. So right there he goes for the super dash mix. That does counter hit, so Zane might have been trying to vanish out or counter vanish out, or guard cancel vanish out. So that does end up getting counter hit. However, Shanks ends up dropping it here. That is a bit of a Shanks signature. Usually in these high pressure, high intensity situations, he does tend to drop combos. That's probably his only weakness as a player, is he is known for dropping combos. Zamasu doing Zamasu things. Plus frames. Oh man, that was very close. That was very close. He almost punished that too. That was very, very close. That was very close to being punished. Ooh, that is the classic. As a Zamasu main, I can tell you that is the classic. You go into flight mode for a little bit, and as soon as you finally decide to do your flight mode attack, it's usually at the same time they decide to do super dash, and you're always gonna lose. I feel Zane's pain in this moment, because that always happens. When you finally decide, okay, I'm gonna do one of my flight attacks, that's the moment when they super dash and you get hit. 50-50 mix, you love to see it. Gonna take this to the corner. Wall of light extension here. We got enough meter for Oki here as well. This is very safe. Ooh. Ooh, so Shanks decided to not take part in this, and he simply just jumps out rather than trying to play the RPS. Zane most likely played it a little bit safe there, because Cell is one of the scarier characters to try to Hellzone mix, because after the reflect is over, he can perfect attack. So the perfect attack will beat any sort of air action. So as you saw, Zane was doing 2LL right there. just to make sure that he doesn't get hit by a perfect attack. So very good awareness on both player parts right there. Oh, nice. That time he was ready. So last time he got hit by the super dash. This time he picks it up with the 6S. Very nice. Yeah, that's definitely a kill. Definitely gonna kill there. 2v2. Let's see what happens. Ooh, the round start super dash. Wow. Rare footage of Lab Coat messing something up for you. So he lands the super dash, calls his assist, but yeah, I see what happened here. He hit LL a little too soon and it knocked his tracking off. If he had waited like a few extra frames, he would have gotten the pickup, but he swung a little too early there and it caused him to fall out, and then he ends up getting picked up by Shanks's assist. That was unfortunate. Anchor Lab Coat coming in. See what we got. Oh my goodness, man. That was very nice. So he backs off and just pelts him with a few S's, but then he decides to move in with an S and actually comboed the rocket kick. Calls his assist just in case, but he ends up vanishing. We'll still get the kill either way. That was definitely a very good first match. A lot of smart decisions going on in that match, and that really could have gone either way. That was a very nice first game. So game two, as I always say, game two is where things always get more intense, because now you've got a bunch of data on your opponent. Both players know what the other player is trying to do, so let's see what kind of adjustments they make. Ooh, so this time they're both backing off. Look at how different this is from the other round start. So this time Shanks is actually playing defensive, which is Janimba's specialty. That is the thing that Ginyu does better than almost any other character, is play defensive. So this time they're both playing defensive. Very nice projectile counter there. One of the greatest reasons to put Ginyu on point is to take advantage of this, because one thing that is absolutely guaranteed at round start is that the opponent is going to call their assist. So having the assist counter on deck like this when the match starts is very powerful. But that was nice too, like Zane basically answering back. They both have characters that can negate assist calls, because Zane holds his ground and then uses barrier into assist call. This is very, very smart stuff. Ooh, and that is the strength of Beers A. Let's take a look at that real quick. So this is all very, very good. So he puts up the barrier and calls Beers A, which is an instant assist, comes out in 19 frames. So not only does this assist come out instantly, but the orbs cannot leave the screen. So the fact that Beers kick the orbs in the wrong way does not matter, because the orbs, they will always bounce off the screen. And so Zane decides to just block here, and the orbs come back and protect him. This is the greatest strength. Well, it's hard to say what the greatest strength of Beers A is, because it's the speed and the fact that the orbs can't leave the screen, as well as the insane hit stun. It's definitely one of the best assists. It's so good. Very clean pickup here. It's interesting that they both basically did the same thing at round start. It's very interesting. Wow, man. Okay, wow. Like, Shanks definitely proving that point Ginyu is strong. You don't see it very often, but man, he's putting a lot of good evidence forward for why maybe you should consider point Ginyu more often. He literally gets out of this situation by just teleporting out and calling his assist. Teleport is invul very early on in its startup, frame 4, I believe, so he is able to completely get out of the corner with the double teleport into assist call, which not only gets him out, but gets him a hit in the scramble. Man, going for the optimal stuff here. Ooh. Ooh, man. So the Ginyu privilege, you saw that? So he actually does jab here because he did not react in time to the fact that it was an up tech, not a back tech, but he's able to cover himself with Janimba''s mountain-sized 2H. And even Zane himself very smartly did not try to spin, because, you know, everybody knows that if you're below Janemba, that 2H is coming. You can see here that Zane is actually trying to active tag. That's why he's got an X on Beers' head. Game's telling him, no, you can't active tag right now. I mean, raw tag. So he's gonna have to go ahead and hold this 2H situation. Wow. That was a beautiful conversion right there. And now he's got to hold this mix. So this is a tricky situation here, because Shanks can go for the left right, but Zane has spark available. So if he goes for the right side, he will get sparked into the corner. Let's see what decision he decides to make here. Yep, he stayed same side. Shanks is a smart guy. Wow. Okay, so a lot to unpack there. So here, Shanks tries to call out the fact that Zamasu is going to be in the air. If he had jumped forward, this would have reached, but he jumped back into 236H. Still a good call, because he does 236H to cover the sky where Zamasu is likely to be, and then covers that with an assist. And the assist covers another great angle in the sky, and he's able to super dash in for free, basically. Zane gets the pickup. Got plenty of meter to go for this pressure here. Ooh, my goodness. There's a little bit of hesitation there. He wanted the 2H, but it looked like he super jumped back just to be safe. Oh, man. Nobody likes to get hit by the EX kick. Oh my goodness, that got the spark out of him. Wow, that was very, very nice. I like that. So once again, a great use of the Beers A. He empty vanishes and backdash, calls Beers A to force him to block something. He will get that back because he's in spark. Man, we are moving, dude. So he tries to check the empty vanish with a 2H, and since he is in spark, he is able to make himself safe and do his own empty vanish. Backdash out. Man, we are playing Dragon Ball right now. Oh my god. So I thought that's just hard, man. When both players are in spark, it's just like they've both become. This is why early spark is so powerful, because when you have assist behind you and you're in spark, you're just a mix machine. Because look at this, he jump cancels on block, which you normally can't do, and then he just does a falling button here, and that was very cheap because he could have done a dash forward. The reason Zane remained standing is because it's very common for people after that H to cancel it with a dash while they're in spark. But this time Shanks didn't take that option and goes low, so Zane got hit because he was predicting the delayed air dash. That's very, very cheap, man. Early spark is cheap, man. Ooh. So he plays possum, as Yipes likes to say. He plays possum there. And once he sees that this is not a mash, make sure you keep that in mind. The point of a delayed wake up is to make somebody miss their meaty, right? And here, because he delayed it, Shanks does miss his meaty, which makes him unsafe. And as you see, after whiffing his meaty, Shanks decides to block because, yeah, he just lost his turn. That's the power of delayed wake up. So after a successful delayed wake up, Zane takes his turn. Ooh. Okay, so we got some good. Okay, so we're gonna get a good mix up here. I was gonna say we're gonna get some good Oki here, but now we get a good mix up here. What's gonna happen? Oh, whoa! Not gonna be able to get the kill there. Man, that was some very conservative mix options, because you can tell that Zane was he was being very weary not to get level 3. And you even see, there's even one moment where he did a dash OS, like right there. He dash OS because he's being extra careful because he's so far behind in life right here. He cannot afford to get randomly level 3'd. So very smart stuff there. Very smart stuff. So now it's 2-2. Health lead on Shanks' side. Wow. Wow, man. So he tried to run under him in perfect attack, but it messed up his input, and he got the rolling crush, which neither of them expected. Man, that was crazy. Gets the knockdown. Ooh, staircase finds its way. The double overhead. Ooh, plus frames, but he reflects. Oh my god. Wow, that was one hell of a 2H. My goodness. He was so close to him, too. Man, what a 2H. My man was ready. Okay, best anchor in the game coming in. Let's see. Match is not over. Ooh, man. So the fact that Janemba lunges so far forward, this was a smart move by Shanks here, because 236H destroys Ki Blast, so it would have destroyed the orbs, but he was a little too close, so he ended up leaning into the orb and getting hit. If he was a little bit further back, he would have destroyed all orbs with one swing, but he was a little too close. The fact that Janemba hits full screen with that swing kind of worked to his disadvantage right there. It's kind of funny. Seven bars. Wow. Ooh, plus frames. Ooh. Banish guard cancel. Oh my god. That right there. And that right there is why Janemba Anchor is ridiculous. He just turned Zane's own mix-up into his mix-up. Look at this. Normally, just about any other character would have had to block this or reflect it and cause some sort of RPS, but he countered it and took the turn back for himself, because the fact that Zane blocked this projectile counter out of the air made it incredibly plus. And no, there was nothing Zane could do about this. The only thing he could do was reflect, but he's not going to want to reflect at point blank range in front of Janemba like this. And he cannot DP because Janemba is entirely invincible while this animation is going through. So basically he had to block this right here, which put him into basically a little bit of a mix-up and just enough distraction to get thrown. That projectile counter, man, that literally allows Janemba to play by himself. What's gonna happen? Ooh, that was scary. That was scary. Zane trying to zone. Oh my god, 236H, you can't move, man. That hit him out of his jump. The reason that hit him is because he went to jump. See, he's doing his first jump. He tried to do his second jump, and when your second jump starts in the air, you are vulnerable. And because of the fact that 236H hits basically the whole screen, he just got picked up. And now it's 1v1, one hit apiece. Whoever gets the next hit is it. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And that will decide the match. Wow. Man, so this one definitely came down to the wire. That final exchange was pretty crazy. So Zane opts to take the initiative by round starting with 236H. Definitely not a bad idea. This move covers a lot of distance very quickly and is plus on block. So this was not a bad option. He's even in flight mode here, but his decision to do another one is what ended up costing him here. Because Shanks decided to actually super dash, which technically was a risk. I can see why Zane did not believe he was going to do this, because he does have 4 bars while he's flying back, so he very much could have level 3'd this, but I guess Shanks was willing to take that risk, and so far he's been able to knock Zamasu out of flight mode a couple of times, so he took that risk and it definitely paid off, and it led to the classic Janemba comeback. And that is going to bring us to the end of the video. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you found this helpful and you like these match review videos. Don't forget to check out my guide section if you're trying to up your own game in DBFZ. I've got plenty of guides there dedicated towards helping people improve their game. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next guide, match video, or match review. And I will catch you fellas next time. Peace.